If I couldn't hear as a string developer, I would only need to look at the facial expressions of the musicians, and I would immediately know if the product is right or not. Facial expressions never lie about that. I come from a standard industry, making wires for large-scale machinery like engines. I used to think of a music string as a simple product, a cord you can easily buy anywhere. Soon enough, I found out that strings conceal a lot of technology inside them. They require unconditional precision and have to meet the highest demands on the material they're made of. Above all, I asked myself, how can you make a little vibrating combi part induce such a tone? Developing a music string usually starts with an idea based on a series of questions. What isn't available on the market yet? What do I want to improve? What sound do I want to create? How should the sound affect the instrument? And how can I shape the parameters for ideal handling? The next step for me is to consider the materials that can be used to achieve all that. Firstly, there's the core. That can be made of carbon steel, synthetics, or steel rope, just to name a few. Then there's a variety of outer materials which are wound onto the string. There's also a difference between round wires and flat wires. We use about 28 different materials with our metals and synthetics, alloys and compounds. A string is a combination of many different materials. The composition occurs with technology and human skill. This is applied with some sensory perceptions. One of them is the feeling of the music string under your left and right hand. But a number of senses interact. To produce a music string with our technology, you have to have three essential skills: extremely sensitive dexterity, a great deal of patience, and also great communication skills. Working in production departments with confined working spaces requires empathy. You need to be a team player. The value of skilled people and precise machinery in the production of music strings, especially with tomastic infelt, is about equal. Producing a high-quality music string demands for a highly trained person. We usually train people for 6 months before they can manufacture our products. Our large team of engineers develop and further develop the high-precision machinery that is an essential part of our production, and they make sure it's always in peak working order. The cooperation between man and machine has to work perfectly from both sides, otherwise the product is of no use to us, and we scrap it. The human factor is most evident in quality assurance. There is not a single machine that can perform quality assurance in the same way as humans. They need an incredible amount of experience and an understanding of the necessity of the product. When producing strings, high-precision technology is used. We use semi-automation and will move into full automation in the future, but people will always play a prominent role in string production and quality assurance. We check each individual string visually and haptically with trained hands and measure almost every string. We measure and define all primary materials. We determine precision. We even build the machine to have ultra-precision. Tomastic Infeld's experience brings together the many measurable and non-measurable things, and we combine them into a product that is perceived by our customers as the best product in the world. Vienna is a very special location for producing strings and instruments. The German language, as it's cultivated in Austria, has a certain sound. Thus, we as string developers have a certain idea of sound as well. Due to different mother tongues, this idea varies between Northern and Southern Europe, the whole world. Vienna, being one of the largest cities of music, has the advantage of being visited by the greatest soloists and orchestras coming from all over the world, giving us the chance to approach them easily and find out about their ideas. This makes Vienna the very best place to make strings. When we develop a product, we invite musicians to test the products 3 to 5 times a week. We believe it's extremely important to work with musicians to develop products and carry out quality assurance. Without a doubt, this is absolutely the most important thing. Previously, we tried to calculate many parameters using large-scale computers. Sure, we learned some things through this, but tone and subjective tonal quality can only be judged by humans. There's no system that can assess these things. That's why Vienna, the cooperation with the musicians in Vienna and those who come to Vienna, is the most important factor for the success of a string developer. If you look at how instruments have changed, how bows have changed over the last few decades, you can easily see that strings have gone through the biggest innovative changes. Through this realization, through the research into sound and handling, and our personal string projects, we're able to say that the string industry has an unbelievable amount of experience in physics, chemistry, and mathematics. A string is one of 4 tools. There's the instrument, the string, the bow, and the rosin. When you understand all of your tools, you can get the best out of your instrument and your performance. Tomastic Infeld is currently responsible for training luthiers and musicians. I think that Tomastic Infeld had the most courage anywhere in the industry when it comes to the development and production of new products. We have always forged ahead with great courage and the awareness of possible failure and have dared to do something differently. The courage to push forward is the most important aspect for innovation. In this industry of instruments, strings and bows, you dare to do something, even if you know you might fail. The great thing is that you can mix all the strings available in our catalogue. You can assemble your own individual set of strings from our portfolio, which fulfills virtually all the requirements of musicians. We differ from all our competitors' products due to the recognition of our sound, the honesty of our product, and our ability to generate sound in such a way that all the possibilities of the instrument can be exploited, while the character of each individual instrument remains very pronounced. A good instrument sounds good, a bad one sounds bad. That's one of the strengths of Tomastic Infeld. You can judge that as you like, but a bad instrument should be harder to hear. So you can work with different tools and strings to improve it. If you make all instruments sound uniform, it's really bad. Uniformity is the end for the future of music. We refuse to develop products that make all instruments sound similar or the same. If I'm sitting in a concert and everything is clinically pure, then I don't enjoy the music. You have to experience music, and experiencing music means reaching the limits of what's possible. For the manufacturer of the instrument, for the manufacturer of the string, and also for the musician. If you do not have enough innovation or enough courage to test the limits, you'll never get a sense of achievement, even when listening. To me personally, Tomastic infelt means the possibility and ability to follow through with a string development progress from the very first idea to the finished product. As a developer and as a technician, I have the chance to generate an idea, to design and produce it with our people, and to launch the finished product on the market. There are very few companies that give an innovative idea the chance to become a finished product, and that Tomastic infelt does.